Did you think growing as a producer on social media would be easy? Because I did. I made over 700 pieces of producer content across YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Eventually, I generated millions of views across all platforms, but Jesus, it was a grind. And it took me way longer than it should have. And I wish I did a few things differently to speed up my results. So, to make your content creation journey as a producer 10 times easier, here are 9 things I wish I'd known a lot sooner. All right, I want you to pretend you're doom scrolling on your phone. Tell me, what catches your attention more? This? Or this? When I posted content like this, my DMs would be ignored and my following was not growing at all. But once I learned how to edit and present my music visually, everything changed. I exploded my following. I landed placements. I got way more traffic to my kit store and I got exposed to several other opportunities. I'm not saying you need to be Michael Bay and do all these crazy edits, but learning to present your music a little bit better than the average producer will pay off. But if you're lazy and you have the money to invest, just hire an editor to do it all for you. Stop making beats. Well, don't stop making beats. Just don't make that the only thing that you do. I used to cook up beats all day thinking that that was work. And after a while of getting 0 results, I decided to strip back the amount of beats that I made and allocate some of that time into content instead. And my beats actually increased in quality and got way more attention. All right, I want you to think of each of your beats like a person waiting at a bus stop in the middle of nowhere. Now, these people might get picked up at some point, but who knows when the bus is coming. Now think of content like a car. These people at the bus stop won't need to wait around because the car will pick the people up and drive them straight to where they need to go. I thought I was cooking when I came up with that, but now that I say it out loud, it sounds like absolute nonsense. Listen, the point is, put time into creating a content engine that will do the footwork for you. You can make a beat, throw it up on YouTube, could end up getting like 100 views. But if you also took that beat and made some form of content around it, the chances are it would be exposed to far more people. And I'm not just talking out my ass, like I'm talking from experience. Like I posted this TikTok. My car, which was the content, drove that beat to the right person. You see that little callback I just did right there? And this track was landed off of a story post. You could spend a day making 5 beats or spend that same day making 2 really good beats and the rest of the day turning those beats into a reel or a piece of content that builds your brand and lands you opportunities on autopilot. When I first started putting myself out there, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I was shook, all right? I was petrified. I was shaking in my bones, sorry. Scared of people I know seeing my videos, thinking I was cringe or judging me. But then I realized most of those people don't even have enough faith in themselves to chase what they want. The fact that you're still watching this lets me know that you're chasing after what you want to. So I'm clapping it up for you. Clapping it up for you. What the fuck? Anyway, I took action and I still posted content even with those feelings of embarrassment. And over time, those feelings just vanished and my life changed. Now, the same people who used to say, "Oh, how's your little music stuff going?" are the same people telling me, "Well done." But I'm not one to hold a grudge. That was a lie. I am. Fuck all of you. Not everyone is gonna like you and understand what you're trying to do. But whatever anyone thinks of you is none of your business. Your goals are more important than the opinions of others. So take your life into your own hands and post your stuff, all right? Stop being a pussy. Now, I used to post cook-up tutorials praying a rapper would buy one of my beats. But one day it hit me like a slap from Will Smith. Why on earth would a rapper want to watch my beat making tutorial? He just wants the beat. I knew I did not want to post tight beats every day, and I knew I enjoyed making production tutorials. So I made a pivot to creating products that would help producers out. You need to figure out what your purpose is. Then you can make the type of content that aligns with that purpose. You want to sell kits or VSTs? Make valuable content for producers. You want to sell beats? Make content that attracts the attention of rappers. Post for a purpose. Now, I used to spend days overthinking and editing a video just for it to flop, and I'd get really demotivated. But as soon as I stopped trying to make everything perfect and just took fast, messy action, That sounds kind of sus. I saw results. For example, I made this tutorial for a locked in alien type beat. After editing it, I genuinely thought that was one of the worst videos I've ever made. And I thought the beat was absolute dog shit. I was really considering not even letting that see the light of day, but I said screw it and I posted it anyway. And it performed way better than the videos I actually put effort into. Messy action is better than no action at all. Just put your stuff out there. You never really know how it's gonna perform. For the first couple years of posting content, all I really cared about were the views. I tried to make videos that I thought would go viral, but all I got were a few extra comments and viewers who had watched that one video and then never come back again. So I stopped trying to make videos for views and make videos for the right audience, the audience that aligns with what I'm trying to help with. Yeah, it resulted in fewer views, but on the flip side, way more sales and more collaborations within my niche. Views don't mean everything, the right person viewing it does. Now, I know a lot of producers who started making content at the exact same time as me. Then they quit, then started again, then quit, then started again. And now years later, after quitting for the 5th time, they're trying to get going again. And they're not seeing results and they wish they'd never stopped. I realized early that patience and consistency might not show results early on, but eventually something will happen. As long as you keep going and trying to improve on everything you do a little bit at a time. Patience is the most important tool that you have. Now, when I started making videos, I used to think production content should just be pure value and education. So I tried making videos with no personality, just pure info. And people didn't really connect with it because they were hearing a lot of the same advice that everyone else was giving in their videos. There's only so many ways that you can teach someone how to mix a beat or do drum patterns. Then I started to think about why I watch other creators outside of the music niche. Think of Sam Sulek. He's not reinventing the wheel. He's saying the same fitness advice everyone else says, but he's chill, funny, and likable. You watch him for advice, but you also watch him for him. When I started to just be myself in videos, I attracted people that mess with me, not just for my production advice, but for me as a person. For the first couple of years of posting content, I made a ton of mistakes and wasted a lot of time. And it was only in the last year or so that I decided to invest in courses and mentors. Courses in video production, courses in music production, even courses on how to script engaging videos, which is why you're still watching this one. Yes, a lot of what you want to learn can be found for free on YouTube. But when you actually make an investment, you are way more likely to take action on what you're learning. A 2018 MIT study, MIT's for smart niggas, showed that paid learners were 60 to 80% more likely to take action and finish a course than those who got it for free. Paying creates commitment. Take my student Daniel, who decided to invest in my mentorship program. His beats were already pretty damn good, but he lacked clarity and direction. We figured out what it is he really wanted to achieve with his production, and then we made a plan for him to just follow blindly.
Ever since the first call, my YouTube graph has gone crazy. That's my graph before the first call, and then this is it after.
That's what we like to hear. Now I can brag about it. Or take my student Jack. He struggled with consistency and overthinking with his content, which led him to feeling stuck and not knowing what to do next. So we developed a workflow for him to also just follow blindly.
Hope you're doing good as well, brother. And appreciate all the help you've given me so far with what we've been doing with the mentorship, because it's really just starting to pay off. And I sort of realized, damn, it was just me holding myself back.
Now, you can take all of this information, get excited, and start getting to work. But if you don't have the right foundations behind you, you'll give up after a couple of weeks. And all of this information you just heard is going to be useless. So if you want to see how to avoid that, check out this video next. I'm just going to awkwardly sit here until you click it, I guess. Christmas is coming up, ain't that a bitch? Like, what are you going to get for your parent? Okay, I'm going to go now, bye.